You are aspiring to have a Lamborghini.
Oh,
Do you
oh yeah.
do you think you can make a Lamborghini out of agriculture or food business in Africa?
Definitely.
Today, the African child, I am excited to bring you an amazing person called Nancy from Cameroon. So today we're going to have an interaction, but before we dive into that, I want you to know who she is by her introducing herself. Please take it on.
Thank you very much, Frank. And thank you very much, African Child, for the opportunity. I'm called Nany Nalova from Cameroon. I'm the founder of Nana Cameroon. It's a cooperative of rural women from the southwest region of Cameroon that came together to see how they can support each other through a common activity. And we decided to go into agriculture because we see that it is actually the backbone of Africa. It does not only provide a source of income, but it provides also the future. It secures the food system in Africa, and so we decided to focus on a crop called cassava, which I'm sure every West African child knows about it. And we produce gari, what we usually call eba. So we produce not only gari, we also produce stash, which we usually sell to cloth industries and also pastry industries. And while doing that, we impact our community. And so far, we have impacted over 2,500 women and youths in the agricultural sector. We train them on precision farming, agricultural intelligence, smart agriculture. And all this is for one goal: to make Africa great, to make Africa how should I say, meaningful, and to give back the shine or also the glow that was once taken from Africa. Thank you.
We want to learn from you. How has it been to run a food business in Africa? And two, I want you to put into consideration being a woman.
Oh, okay. Actually, the entire agricultural sector is not easy, and while growing up, we used to have this mentality that it is just for dropouts from school. You know, when they ask you like, "What do you want to be?" Agriculture is never among the first 10, and that is because we already had this mentality that it is for poor people. It is for, but whereas we're talking about food here, and whether there's war, people eat. Whether people are going through health crisis, they eat. Food is an essential part in a human being's circle of life in general. So that is why I decided to dive into it, because it's not something that is just of the now. It is something that is of now, past, present, and future. And being a woman in that sector, it has not been really, first of all, easy, because come on, we're talking about agriculture, we're talking about tilling soils, we're talking about weeding and everything. And come on, I don't want to date in my nails. But hey, that is the more reason why we have to engage in research. So I do a lot of research. I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of trainings, and I learned that okay, you can actually till the soil without data in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's where artificial intelligence comes in, innovation comes in into agriculture, where you use tractors that help you to till the soil, you use planting machines that help you to plant, we have weeding machines that help you to weed, then we have harvesting machines that help you to harvest and transport and everything. All that falls into what we call research. So you do your research and you come out with other innovative methods to see how to better plant these crops, increase their yield, and make food available for the community.
Amazing. One of the conversations we have had, you are aspiring to have a Lamborghini.
Oh,
Do you
oh yeah.
do you think you can make a Lamborghini out of agriculture or food business in Africa?
Definitely. Okay, I'm just gonna give an
Give us a
example.
picture and
Yeah,
the dream of that.
I'm just gonna give a picture. Okay, right now we are producing over 5,000 tons of gari every month, and we sell 1 ton. Let me just say, we sell 1 kilo for 1,500. That's approximately $2. So imagine you shipping 5 tons every month. That's what we're talking about. 5,000 times two. That's approximately $10,000 you're making every month. So I don't want to give a lot of calculations, but I believe that it is very much possible, especially if you're working in a large scale. You can actually achieve all the dreams you want to achieve. Go to the Bahamas, go to Maldives, just doing agriculture, and you can do that while impacting the community by creating food, making sure food is available and at affordable prices.
I love the passion you have over this. You make agriculture exciting. What makes you excited about all this?
The fact that you can actually plant a crop, watch it grow, then communicate with the crop. You know, I talk to my cassavas. Sometimes when I go to the farm, I'm like, hey, you all have to be okay. Is anything bothering you? Like, there's a relationship.
Yeah.
There's a relationship, and the crops actually listen to you. So the fact that you could plant something, or I'll say give life to something, watch it grow. As a woman, I can relate because it's just like giving birth to a child. You know,
Yeah.
when you're pregnant, you nurture your pregnancy. You know, you talk to your baby, the communication, everything is there. And when your baby finally comes out after 9 months, you're like,
Wow.
I give birth to this. So it's the same thing with plants. You plant, you nurture, you take care, and when it's blooming and bears fruit, you're like, wow, so I did that. So that is the beautiful part of it. It's not only about the sales, no. It's about how the plants are growing, how you see that your efforts are being manifested in a more beautiful way. And you're like, oh, encouraging, and you want to do it again over and over again.
I want you to draw for me a picture based on food industry. Where do you see Africa?
Actually, I'm first of all sad that we have missed a lot of industrial revolution when it comes to Africa.
Yeah.
But I think that we're picking up because if you look at the statistics now, like Africa is engaging, seriously engaging when it comes to agriculture. We go to all the African countries, everybody is picking up. Kenya, Uganda, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria, we are all picking up. And that is, first of all, the positive part of it, togetherness, all of us communicating, all of us supporting each other. And I think that in 5 years to come, with all the efforts, I think Africa is going to step up when it comes to industrialization, especially in the food sector, because we are also looking at fighting the import and export substitute, and some countries are already working towards it, to ban all that. Like, we have to eat what we produce and produce what we eat. So that is gradually helping towards making Africa a better place when it comes to food security and food transformation.
What are you doing right now to better yourself that you think can inspire the African child watching this video?
Knowledge is power. That's my favorite quote, and that's my favorite advice. Like, even when I'm around with my staffs, I'm like, seek knowledge. So I just want to encourage us all, the African youths watching, seek knowledge. Don't just be comfortable with what you have. Don't just be comfortable with the small knowledge you receive. Strive for more. Learn. Discover new things. Network. Share. Meet people with different mindsets and learn from them. And who knows, maybe you might learn and be the next person to invent something great in Africa, or might be the next person, or the next Nelson Mandela. So just encourage us to learn. Keep learning and keep serving. It's very important. Keep serving. Like, I always advise, volunteerism is very important. It's not all about money. Just decide, okay, I want to do this thing for free, or even if you don't pay me, I'll do it, because in that process you're learning. Learn. Keep learning and never stop learning.
Where do you see opportunities in Africa based on your observation?
I think that Africa is blessed with a lot of natural resources, so people should put their time more when it comes to um, minerals, when it comes to the agricultural sector, when it comes to textile. Yeah, because we are blessed with so many. In fact, Africa is blessed with a lot of things, and focusing on textile, agriculture, waste management, there are a lot. There's nothing you can. I just think that there's nothing you can really venture in Africa. Like if you think of venturing, that will not work because it's a raw market. Like everything there works. Even if you're like, no, I want to focus in technology, Africa is still a virgin when it comes to technology. So you can explore that area. So there's practically a vast opportunity, and anything that you think you're good at and can do it with passion is going to work in Africa.
What are some of the principles you have learned through this journey of business?
This journey of business, the first thing I've learned is integrity.
Integrity.
Yes, because I'll say my network was built on that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot of network that if even in 10 years to come, I wouldn't have had that if I didn't have integrity. I sit and mingle with people that even in 20 years, or I'll say even till Jesus came, I wouldn't have met those people. But for the fact that I could say, okay, this is me, I do this, and yes, this is me, and I do that, it built my network. Because even though we have a lot of I say when it comes to business, we have a lot of challenge. You see how we can tweak one or two things to get there, but integrity is very important. If you as a businessman, you're like, okay, I'm delivering this thing to you, black, and at this time, and you make sure that you deliver this thing black, not white, and at this time the same quantity, like us are into we do quantity stuffs. Like if you say 1 kilo, it should be 1 kilo, not 50 grams, not, so if you have that, it's first of all a plus. And the second is to be resilient. Yeah, is to be very resilient. Entrepreneurship is a journey, is a whole struggle line. I remember when we went to the Coca-Cola, yeah, I read the story of the founder of Coca-Cola, how he tried over and over, failed for like over 20 years before coming with a formula like, okay, this is my formula for Coca-Cola, and kept it somewhere. Just imagine 20 whole years. So it can take you 20 years, it can take you 100 years, it can take you 50 years. But if you're really resilient and consistent, while topping up with some integrity, I think you're going to go far in the entrepreneurial journey.
I agree with you. What is your plan? Where do you see going with the Gadi and everything? And just draw for us a picture.
That's a very interesting point right there, because when I started my business, that was my biggest challenge. Everyone was like, this is Gary, and you're selling a kilo for $2. You're selling a kilo for $4, but everything is cheap, everything is expensive, depending on the perspective.
Yeah.
So when I did my
everything
first,
is expensive depending on that perspective.
yes, everything is cheap or expensive depending on the person.
Okay.
What can be expensive to you is cheap to me. What can be cheap to me, and that made me to, I was dangling with my price, and I almost left the business. But I met some investors, and funny enough, the lady, she bought one packet, like 1 kg. She bought 1 kg of the Gary for $10.
Okay.
I was selling for 2. She bought for 10. And she told me it is still cheap.
Wow.
So when she told me that, I was like, what is happening? People are saying it's expensive. And so I'll say focus on quality.
Yeah.
A lot of people now, they care about their health. And they can go in for quality, they can go in for safety, they can go in for health issues. So I focus on quality. I don't look at what is outside. First, when you go outside to go get Gary, you see it everywhere. Yeah, you see it everywhere. And in my country, it's exposed everywhere. With the coming of COVID-19, then a lot of other infections and everything, people are like, they don't drink Gary anymore. Or with the coming of rice, spaghetti, people are like, okay, Gary is for the poor people. But hey, we need balanced diet first of all. So, and Gary is very essential. It's a fiber and it's good for your system. Secondly, we need health. We need healthy and quality products. And when we produce the way we produce everything industrially, so there's no extra hand, there's no extra saliva, no extra pressing of anything. Everything is done with machines, from the production to the packaging, and from production directly to packaging. So there's no time for any bacteria, any germ to enter. That is quality, and that is safety. So that is what we offer. We offer safety, we offer quality, and we offer health. And I think if you as an entrepreneur focus on these three things, whether you put a product at $100, if people see that they are safe to consume that product and their health is okay, they will buy. So it's not about it being cheap, it's not about, no. It's about the quality and the safety of the product. I see it in every African country, not only West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, because in West Africa, come on, it's everywhere. Everybody eats that. But I see it in other countries. Like we had a meeting in Uganda. I brought it there.
Okay.
So like everywhere I go, I bring it there. And when I was at the hotel, they were giving us ugali. So I did a lump of curry, and I told the manager, "This is something that you can actually eat too with this vegetable."
Okay.
And he tried it, and he was like, "Okay, it makes sense." So I think that awareness is the problem.
Yeah.
Like if people could just get awareness of other cultures, that is why I appreciate the Mandela Washington Fellowship. It's an exchange program. Like you learn about other cultures and they to learn about your culture. So if Africa could have that circle too, where okay, entrepreneurs are meeting maybe once in a while in this country with their products and everything, create awareness. I think it's going to go a long way. Yeah, so the plan I actually have for the product is simple. Try and make sure that everywhere I go, I take it with me. Every restaurant I'm seated, I talk about it, and also try to attend every possible international trade fairs or exhibition possible, just to create that awareness. Because knowledge comes from awareness. So if they know about the product and they taste it and it's good, they are going to implement it in their countries. So that's just what I think.
Okay. As an entrepreneur, have you done mistakes, and how have you overcome them?
Definitely mistakes are inevitable. Right up to now, we still do mistakes. But I think that mistakes are our best ways to learn. Like if you do a mistake or if you commit one and you're like, you acknowledge the fact first of all that okay, this is a mistake. How can we correct it? Once you do the correction, that's all. It sticks it right here. And you learn also from it. Like, okay, you can be a master of it. And you now in turn start coaching people or mentoring people like, okay, I once did this thing like this, it didn't work, don't do it like that. So I think mistakes are inevitable, but yet they are still beautiful scars that we learn from it. And each time we look back and see how we have overcome them, it makes us more positive and it gives us more courage to continue our journey.
What are you planning to do in your journey of entrepreneurship that you think can change the continent?
Okay, what our main objective now is to create franchises.
Yeah.
Like one person can like they usually say in my country, one hand cannot tie a broom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so meaning we have to work together.
Yeah.
So what we are actually focusing on now is to create franchise. Like, okay, we want to expand, but we won't be able to do that alone. So we see how to create franchise of women, maybe like 50 women each in each franchise, teach them how to do the same product, the same steps, the same everything. I'm like, okay, you do this. You brand in our name and you're making money, we making money. So we want to actually set up at least 5 of these one in Nigeria, one in Ghana because we have already started talking with the people. Then one in Ethiopia. Then we are working now with 2 in Cameroon. So that's the 5 we are looking at. And by December, I'm sure we are going to get to that because we have concluded all the paperwork and everything. So we're waiting now for the approval of the funds that we have asked from the European Union, and hopefully they give it to us.
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you.
also waiting for you to mention Uganda, but since you have not mentioned,
No.
you'll pay for that. So Nancy, we have a community of entrepreneurs from the continent and from other continents beyond Africa. So all of them, they don't know the next step to take.
Okay.
What advice do you give them? And I want to give you this camera. You give as much advise as you can, inspire them as you can.
Okay, first for my startuppers. What I always usually tell them, even back home in Cameroon, is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first, identify something that you can do, even if you're not giving money. Make sure that's the first thing. Like, don't just do because everybody's doing. Can you actually do it even if you're not giving money? Even if people don't buy? Even if can you still focus on that? That's the first thing. Because a lot of them they're always so confused. They have so many ideas. And when they just hear one person is selling, they just want to do also the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So identify yourself. That's what I always don't do because people are doing. Identify yourself in your idea. And I think when you identify that in yourself, it's going to be very easy for you. Like you have now one focused project. Like me when I started, I was everywhere doing I was into poetry, piggery. I was just everywhere. And sometimes, especially when the files die, I'll be super angry. But when I came to realize that I love playing with food, I love processing, I love the kitchen, I love baking, I was like, okay, why don't I do something that even if I don't have a market, I can cope. And that's when I decided to go into cassava. So identify your purpose, identify your what, identify your value, and also while doing that, identify a community need. It's very important. Make sure your purpose aligns with the community need. Because why are we coming to do entrepreneurship? Because we have seen a problem and we want to solve it. So identify your purpose and make sure it works with the need of the community. And to all those that have already identified the purpose and like, okay, I'm getting there. Let me see how consistency. Because you can identify yes and okay, you're ready, that's good, but you're not consistent. Try and fail, try and fail. Some people you try first time, that's over. You try second time, third time, that's over. The founder of Coca-Cola, he tried 20 times.
Yeah.
That's what caught my attention, like 20. And now Coca-Cola is everywhere. So that inspired even me. I'm like, I'm not giving up. So try and fail. It is super okay to try and fail. Keep trying, and don't give up. And I encourage them to network. Some of us, we just stay, you're a business person, you don't just you don't do any research, okay, because you have had an idea and maybe you have done the first prototype that succeeded, you just sit. Businesses fail even after 10 years.
Yeah.
They fail even after 20 years. So learn, like I say, keep learning, seeking for knowledge, and network. Now, to all those that are already in the stage where I am, because we are not yet there. So, what I'll simply say is still seek for knowledge.
Yeah.
Seek for knowledge, learn to innovate, learn to have feedbacks, because I think my growth is from feedback. Like, make sure that you have a relationship with your customers. Ask them, how do you see this product? Do you think we can, and get all the feedback. Come up with an analysis. Like, okay, I'm producing now the final product that will solve a need. Why I make money? So, feedback, communicate with your customers, network is very important. Then also learn how to move from our comfort zone. That's very important, because some of us will just rest, like, okay, I'm there, let me just we are never there. We are never there till we are there. That's my father's favorite. Like, you're never there till you're there. So keep learning, keep networking, keep innovating, and also keep improving your own self. So that's just what I can advise them.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancy. It has been an amazing opportunity to have you today on this channel, The African Child. We do believe that every guest we have is part of the community, is part of our growth, is part of every step of our life. So our community might want to reach out to you, get to learn more about your work, what you do. So we usually ask our guests to share whichever way they feel comfortable to get contacted.
Okay. Now the world is a global village, so we're talking about digitalization.
Yeah.
So you can get to us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Email, we have just one name, and Nancy Nalova. So when you go to all these platforms, you just type Nancy Nalova. Is going to definitely, I'm going to appear. And once I appear, definitely our company is going to appear under. So you can either follow our company or send us an email or a text, because our number too is there, and we will respond to you definitely.
The African child, we are so blessed to have you learn through this channel. But it's really bad if we keep holding these kind of lessons we get from incredible minds from Africa, from the continent, to ourselves. So we need to share and get so many other people get learn from this work, and we will be able to impact several others. Also subscribe to the channel so that you can get notification of every video we upload, so that you keep learning. Thank you. Have yourself a blessed day.
Nikki, right.